If you watch my last video, you know the direction this YouTube channel is going. But if you didn't, I'm working on a documentary, a feature-length documentary film, and I'm going to document all of that. And in this particular video, I'm just going to show you how I'm going about organizing the pre-production. As I think most of us have learned or know, pre-production is probably the most important part about any project, whether it be a documentary or commercial, or just a regular video you might be producing, because it gives you a chance to really build a roadmap for what you want to do, so that when you get there, there's not a lot of guesswork. Of course, you're going to have to change things on the fly, but the more preparation you can do, I think the easier the project is, and the better it actually is in the end product. So I'm going to show you my screen right now. I'm using a software called Milanote. Shout out to Mark Bowen and all of his documentary videos that he puts out for free. Go check out Mark Bowen. Followed him a couple years ago, and he put me on a Milanote, and we've been using it for our production company for the last, 3 or 4 years. But if I go into the main folder for this documentary, this will get a lot more organized. Guys, if you have any suggestions for prep, please put them in the comments. I'm open to ideas. I want to improve my process. But in this main folder, we've got just kind of some main preliminary stuff. There's a little synopsis over here on the left of what the film is about. And I do have a team, as you can see up here. I have a team of about 5 people that are helping with this. I have a producer, someone who's doing the score and sourcing the music. And then I have 2 other, a writer, and then I have basically a PA who's involved, who's helping out. So we've got quite a few people in this Milanote, which is really nice. You can keep everything nice and centralized, which is what I really like about Milanote. And I'm a visual person, so it all lines up visually for me, and you can do a lot of different things with it. In fact, I would go watch Mark Bowen videos because he really gets crazy with Milanote. I kind of just use it, to the max that I need it. I don't need Milanote to be artistic. I need the final product to the film to be artistic. So, like I said, I've got this little synopsis over here. I have some, social media links if anybody needs to go to the website of the place and the person that we are filming. I try to pack this whole thing with as much content as I can to reference. And I'm going to get more organized on this. I'll call it the home page. But for now, this is just what it looks like. I've got kind of what the color grade would look like. I've got an example shot of somebody here. I have no idea who this is. We found it on the internet. It looks similar to our main character, and kind of the warm tone and the dramatic lighting is what we're sort of going for. So it's just in there as a reference image, just to kind of keep that in the forefront. Now, what I actually like to do when I'm doing my pre-production, and we have about just under 2 months until we start filming this project, which, that's a long time in my opinion. And I'm very grateful because, it's cold here. So I'm spending that time to stay indoors and do the pre-production for this project. And what I really like to do is, if you come over here to inspirational music, this is just kind of like the music that I'm going for. The Fleet Foxes album, Helplessness Blues, to me encompasses the theme, the sound. It is the soundtrack in my mind, and probably will be, even after the film is done. For some reason, that album just screams, the tone of the film. And so I like to actually put my headphones on and listen to that while I'm doing pre-production. And there's like some other things I'll listen to, but it just helps me kind of get in that zone. Over here I have archived photos. Now archived videos. This is really helpful because there has been some videos filmed of this person, my mentor, that I'm making the film about in the past, ranging all the way back to like 1994 and on. They're really lo-fi. Actually, we're going to be using some of them. We've already contacted the videographers who made them, and they're going to let us use some of the content just to like do some flashback type things. But this is nice because you can always reference, different things that have already been filmed. And it's just good to have all of the previous works in one place so that you can source from it. I find it actually really helpful. And then if we go back, film beats, this is probably one of the most important, boards in this whole thing. And I haven't really fleshed it out as much. I do have the 3 acts already in here. And then under, I kind of have a description of how the acts work and what their main themes are. I'll be fleshing this out a lot in the next 2 months. So you'll be seeing a lot of that. Of course, I already have a board for, I call them folders, but they're actually called boards. For the music, I do have another board that my musical artist is working on. He's actually made some of these tracks on his own. Some of them are sourced. Some of them are things that we can use at a low price. We are attempting and going to be attempting to use some very popular music like the Fleet Foxes. We're getting in touch with publishers for that to see what we can do, see what it costs. I got Holy Land maps in here. Again, I'm just making boards that are like relevant to the story. And so these maps are very relevant, and it's just something to reference. And then also we're probably going to be working on some 3D stuff, or if nothing else, some like 2D animated stuff. And this is going to be really good for the person who does that in the film. I'm trying to see what else I can show you guys. Just randomly, I have like the website here. I've got a book that the man is writing, so I've got a copy of that in here. Of course, I'm not going to show you that because he hasn't published it, but it's just like, this is an inside thing he gave to us, and it gives the team more insight onto the character, because although this film is going to be about a place, it's also going to be almost just as much about the person who maintains and has created said place. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is the concept art for this, which is probably my favorite thing so far, because, it's good to have visuals while going in, so you kind of already know what the look is going to be. And I'm going to have a lot more still frames, and this is a good example of where I will use and am using AI just for reference. Like, I will not be using these movie posters to promote the actual film, but I think they do a pretty good job of invoking the theme and the look and the vibe that I'm going for. And again, put on some Fleet Foxes and created these, and they really do, if you know, but they really do encompass the character, the location, and the theme that we're going for. And I've even got like a working title in there. I've got some working credits, and this is just more to give the entire team a visual representation of what we're trying to achieve with this film. And so if you have any suggestions, please put them down in the comments. If you enjoy this content, or if you find it useful, or just want to follow this crazy journey of me creating my first feature-length documentary, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to get working on this, and I'll check back in with you guys later.